Okay, so this is the last excerpt. Read the given passage and answer the questions by choosing the most appropriate answer. In the first paragraph, the author states that, he begins with a question. What colors can animals see? Is the world more brightly colored or duller to animals than it is to us? To find out the answers to these questions, scientists have used a method of training animals to come to different colors, which is similar in principle to the method used in studying the sense of hearing in animals. Okay, so this is clear. In the next paragraph, the author says, let us take bees first of all, partly because more exact scientific research has been done on the color sense of bees than of almost any other animal. It is especially interesting to know what colors bees see because these insects visit flowers to get sweet nectar from them to make honey, and in doing so, the bees incidentally carry pollen from flower to flower. On the face of it, it would seem very likely that bees are attracted to flowers by their bright colors, but possibly it is the scents that attract the bees, or perhaps it is both color and scent. So, among other things, we want to know whether bees can really see the colors of flowers, and if so, what colors they can see. Exactly how is this found out? Okay. A table is put in a garden, and on the table a piece of blue cardboard is placed, on which there is a watch glass containing a drop of syrup. After a short while, bees come to the syrup and suck some of it. The bees then fly to their hive and give the syrup to other bees in the hive to make honey. They then return to the feeding place which they have discovered. We let the bees go on doing this for a while, after which we take away the blue cardboard with the syrup on it. Instead of this card, we now put on the table a blue card on the left side of the first feeding place and a red card to the right of the first feeding place. These new cards have no syrup on them but only an empty watch glass lying on each. Thus, the blue card is on the left, the red card is on the right, and there is nothing where the first blue feeding card used to be. After we have arranged these new cards, we have not long to wait. Very soon bees arrive again, and it can be seen that they fly straight onto the blue card. None go to the red card. Okay. 48. What two things can be indicated from the behavior of the bees? A. Bees remember that blue means syrup and they fly to the blue. Clearly, the author tells us that the blue card is on the left, the red card is on the right, and there is nothing where the first blue feeding card used to be. After this arrangement, the bees come in and it's clear that they fly straight to the blue card and none of them goes to the red card. So, this tells us that bees remember that blue means syrup and therefore they fly to the blue card. So, this is something that can be indicated. B. Bees can distinguish blue from red. This is also clear because had they not been able to distinguish blue from red, then they would also have gone to the red card after visiting the blue one or in any order. So, this is also clear. C. Bees have a keen sense of sight and scent. This is not something that can be indicated from the experiment that was carried out. So, we cannot say this with certainty. Okay, so D is the correct answer, which includes both A and B. Which of the following statements is valid enough to make this experiment on bees incomplete? Okay, so valid to make the experiment incomplete. A. Perhaps the bees had really been trained to identify colors. Now, this cannot be considered valid because we don't have any such indication, and so we eliminate this. B. What if the bees, like human beings, suffer from color blindness? Now, if the bees had suffered from color blindness, then they would not have been able to distinguish color at all. So, even this is not valid. Both A and B we have already eliminated. So C also can be dismissed. The correct answer is none of the above. Okay, simple question, but it has been presented in a different manner, and so we have to be a little alert and attentive. Question number 50 now. According to the passage, which of the following is not true in the case of the subjects mentioned in the study? So, what are the subjects in the study? Bees, and we need to identify a statement which is not true. So, we have the first one. More exact scientific research has been done on the color sense of bees than of almost any other animal. In the first paragraph, if I remember correctly, we read this. No, in the second one. Let us take bees first of all, partly because more exact scientific research has been done on the color sense of bees than of almost any other animal. So, what do we consider this? This is a true statement, and we need to look for one that is not true. B. Bees are attracted to flowers by their bright colors. This is also something which the author mentions as assumed here. On the face of it, it would seem very likely that bees are attracted to flowers by their bright colors. So, this also from the point of view of the passage is true. C. Possibly it may be either color or scent that attracts the bees. Now, this cannot be considered true because it begins with a likelihood. Possibly it may be either color or scent that attracts the bees, and therefore we consider this the correct answer here because it is false. Okay, none goes to the red card is also a true statement. So, if you are confused, then first take a look at all the choices, read the statements, and then identify and eliminate the ones that you can find some support or confirmation from in the passage. And after eliminating the ones that are in this case true, you will invariably find the one which is not true and the answer to that question. Okay, so we have a C as the false statement. Okay, so with this I come to the end of this discussion. I hope from this you got some clarity, some idea of the skills that may be tested, the kind of passages that are presented, the variety in passages, and this should certainly guide you in your preparation. Okay, so keep up the practice. All the best. Thank you.